Bereria, the wife of Rabbi Meir, was well known as a fitting companion to her illustrious husband. This is the story of her amazing wisdom and goodness. One Sabbath, while the rabbi was at the yeshiva, their two brilliant young sons fell ill of a fever. And in spite of everything that the physician and the mother could do, the boys died. Bereria remained alone with her sons. Her mind echoed with grief. Gradually she came to an understanding of what she must do. It was the Sabbath day, and the Lord had sent his decree about the Sabbath. She would not profane the Sabbath, she would not weep, she would not grieve. Calmly and tenderly, she laid the bodies of her sons in their own room and covered them with a white cloth. Then she went into another part of the house and changed into her Sabbath clothes and waited for her husband to return. When she heard him coming, she went out and greeted him as usual, showing no sign of grief. And as they came into the house, her husband told her some of the high points in the discussion at the yeshiva. The sun began to set. The sky grew dusky. Bereria brought forth the wine and the wine cup, the spice box and the lamp wick for the celebration of Havdalah. Pouring the wine into the wine cup, the rabbi gave the blessing that separated the Sabbath day from the rest of the working week. The Sabbath was over. Bereria set the table for the evening meal. Her husband washed his hands. "Our sons," he said, "have they not yet returned?" "You'll see them presently," she said, and turned the subject to other matters. When the evening meal was over, Bereria turned to her husband and said, "Rabbi, I want to ask your advice on a very important matter. Many years ago, a merchant passed through this city, and because the rest of his journey lay in a region beset by thieves, and because he knew that he could trust this household, he left his two most precious gems in my care. He said that he would return one day and claim them. It was a long time ago, and my problem is that he has returned and he is claiming them. And what I want to know is, in the meantime, I have myself, of course, become very fond of these treasures, and what I want to know is, do I have to return them after so long?" And the rabbi looked at his wife in amazement and said, "Bereria, I can't believe you're asking this question. You're a woman of such understanding, of such spirit. Not only must we give these jewels back, we must give them back with joy, to show that we were worthy of the honor that they were left in our care in the first place." "Husband," said Bereria, "that is what I wished to hear. Remember your own words." And she took him by the hand into the boy's room, and she pulled back the white cloth. The rabbi stared at his sons in unearthly silence. He flung himself down beside them with a terrible groan. "My sons, my sons, my pride and my joy." Bereria was weeping now, but at the sight of her husband's grief, she sought to comfort him. "Husband," she said, "remember your own words as you yourself instructed me. The Lord gave these children into our care, and we must give them back with joy, to show that we were worthy of the honor of caring for them in the first place. Thus she soothed him with wise, tender words until he too felt the relief of tears. They obeyed the will of God and continued to live their lives with courage and patience.